For the last 146 days, I have been contributing $35 every single day to a Robinhood portfolio simply for the purpose of showing you, yes, you, exactly what would happen if you consistently invest a somewhat small amount of money every single day or every single week. Now, in the beginning of the challenge, I was provided an update on the portfolio every single week, but you know, life and work and I don't know, a lot of things happen, and I just sort of stopped updating you guys on YouTube. But what I didn't do was stop contributing that $35 to the portfolio every single day. So in the background, the challenge has still been going on, and I want to show you after about 4 months exactly what that portfolio has grown to. But before we get too deep into it, my name is Anfernee McLemore. On my channel, I talk about how to make and invest money through stock market investing, side hustles, and starting your own business. So if you're new here, please consider subscribing. If you don't, it don't matter. But first things first, let's go ahead and dive into the Robinhood portfolio just so we can get a quick synopsis, quick snapshot of where we're standing after 146 days. Are we at 146 days? Let me see. Day 146, yes. So right now the portfolio is sitting at $6,645.59. And this already just seems like an incredible amount of money because this is just something that has been at the back of my mind for the last 4 months. I haven't even really been thinking about this account. As you can see by the buying power is at over $1,000. But I actually wanted to record this video last week when the portfolio had a really good day. But as far as getting back to posting, it took a little bit longer than I expected. But here we are, and the current progress of the portfolio is a little bit down than what it was at last week. But let's go ahead and go through the overview of the portfolio. On the day, we're up $51. On the week, we're actually down $45. At one point early in the week, we were up $20. On the month is when we're going to start to see some bigger gains. We're up $146.18 right now, or about 2.25%. And if I look back around Christmas, we're actually up about $230 overall, with the portfolio being at around $6,725. Right now it's at about $6,650, which isn't too bad. And on a 3-month chart, basically since the start of this challenge, we're up $490 or just about 8%. On a year-to-date chart, this is going to be just since January 1st. We're currently down $42, but on the 1-year chart, we can see that I contributed $6,252 to the portfolio, and it's currently up $400 on that 1-year chart. And if we go all the way back to the all-time chart, we're up about $400 on the portfolio. So overall, not bad. Almost at $7,000. In the next couple of weeks, as I continue to contribute, it will definitely be above $7,000. And if you stick around to the end of this video, you're going to see exactly what I'm going to be buying with the $1,000 worth of buying power that I currently have. But before we do that, I want to go over some of the individual positions that I hold in the portfolio. I have bought a couple of new positions, but I'm not going to go over every single one of them. And the first thing I'm going to quickly touch, because it's not a big part of this portfolio at all, is the crypto portfolio. So actually on the crypto portfolio, if I go all the way back to the all-time chart, we can see that we're up 37%, or just about $49. As I said, it's not a whole lot of money. It's only $182 of crypto of about the 7,000 in the whole portfolio. But some of the crypto that I own is Bitcoin, Dogecoin, and Shiba Inu. I would say that other than Bitcoin, none of these are really realistic investment options. If I click on the Shiba Inu, I own 1 million tokens, but the value of it is so low that the total value in the portfolio is only $9.35. Now, I just want to be clear here. I did not buy this as an investment. I really bought it as a joke because I saw that I could be a Shiba millionaire for just $10. I was like, sure, why not? That sounds pretty cool. So I just bought 1 million tokens worth of that. And then I have a Dogecoin position. I have 1,000 coins of Doge. This isn't a serious position at all, but it is about $80 and it's up about 20% in the portfolio. And lastly, Bitcoin, I have about $93 worth of Bitcoin, and all of these combined is about less than 5% of the portfolio. I do want to get this at a little bit less than 1% of the portfolio eventually, but because the portfolio is still fairly small right now, it's just not going to get to that point with it being up about 30 to 40%. But if we back up into some of my stock positions, we can see that the majority of this portfolio is still going to be in VOO or VXUS. Now, VOO is just an ETF that tracks the S&P 500, and what the S&P 500 is basically a collaboration or a portfolio of the biggest 500 companies in the United States at the moment. So that's what 62% of this portfolio is in. I only own about 8 shares at an average cost of $408.33 per share, and that is currently up 6% or just about $200, and on the day is up $27. Going into VXUS, I own 14.5 shares. That's currently up about 3.64% or $30. I have about $800 worth of that in the portfolio. But let's look at some of the individual stocks. And what I'm actually going to show you is some of the stocks that had some of the best returns and some of the worst returns in the portfolio. So I just changed the little ticker on the right side so that you can see which ones had the best and worst returns. As you can see, one of the best is going to be Tesla. I only own 1 share of Tesla at $215.52, and that's up about 11%. Going back, my biggest individual stock return is actually in Realty Income, and most of that return actually came today with it being up 2.3% on the day. And the reason why I bought Realty Income is because Realty Income is a REIT that provides monthly dividend payments, and basically for every share that I own, I get about 25 to 26 cents per share deposited back into my bank account just for holding these shares. And as of last month, or January 2nd, I have 5 shares in the portfolio, and those 5 shares will give me a monthly dividend payment of $1.28. The idea is that it would be really cool to get this up to 1,000 shares. If I do that, monthly dividend income payment will be a pretty sizable amount. I haven't done the math to see exactly how much it would be. I guess I can quickly do it in my head. If you move that decimal place over 3 notches, owning 1,000 shares will give me about $256.50 per month just in the portfolio. Now that's obviously going to be a lot of money, with it being at $59. Multiply that by 1,000, it's going to be 59,000. So I'm not trying to get that anytime soon. I just think that that would be pretty cool to have eventually in the portfolio. Looking at some of the other positions, I only have one position that's actually in the negative other than Shiba Inu, which is my Walmart position. I only own 1 share of Walmart, and it's only at $158 in the portfolio. I'm not too terribly concerned about it. If we look back at the 1-year chart, we can see that it is in a little bit of a recovery stage where it had a peak and now it's fallen off. So honestly, given Walmart's track record, this may be a pretty good opportunity to buy more in the portfolio. And then we can see that I also hold Apple, Disney, Coca-Cola, with returns ranging from about 4 to 8% on those positions. But let's invest some of this money. I've been sitting on this $1,000, or the amount that is summed up to each week, for about a month now, and it's about time to put it to good use. So if you are new to this series and to this channel, this is not a day trading challenge. This is not something that I'm trying to trade to $1 million. This is just going to be the results of consistent small investments over time and investing in things that I personally understand and have a great grasp of. And because of that, the majority of the money that I invest every single week goes into the S&P 500. And this week it won't be any different. So my current position in VOO is at 8 shares. And what I want to do this week, because I have over $1,000 in buying power, is add 2 more shares of VOO to the portfolio. And that's going to cost me about $867. Now that I have that added to the portfolio, VOO is currently at about 67% of the portfolio. I would like to get that up to about 70%, and I have about $165 worth of buying power remaining. With that remaining buying power, what I'm going to do is buy 1.5 shares of VXUS. I know this is not the most exciting trade in the world, but that 1.5 shares will give me up to about 16 shares, I believe, and that's going to cost me $86. So now that we have those 2 positions rounded out in the portfolio, I could try to invest this extra $80, but as I'm looking around in the portfolio, the only thing that I would really want to add more to is Walmart, considering that it is a little bit of a better deal for a blue chip company. But other than that, a lot of these companies are already a little bit more heavily weighted in the portfolio than I would like them to be. However, there is one company that I do consistently leave out of these videos that I want to finally add to the portfolio, which is going to be Amazon. Now, Amazon is currently trading at about $148. On the 1-year chart, it's actually up 68%, which is crazy. That's actually a huge amount that is up. So honestly, this may not be the best time to buy Amazon. Actually, arguably, most traders would say this is a very bad time to buy Amazon. But on the 3 months, it's up 17%. On the month, it's up 2%. It's down 3%. But this is a long-term investment play. I'm buying companies that I personally understand and use on a day-to-day basis. So I'm going to see if I can get half a share of Amazon in the portfolio if Robinhood lets me buy it. Okay, it did. So I currently added half a share of Amazon to the portfolio. And there we have it. We currently have less than $10 worth of buying power. If you find any kind of value in this video and you are new here, please consider subscribing, as I do plan on updating this portfolio every so often, just so you can see the power of compound interest and growing your investments over time, even if you don't have a lot of money to start with. My ultimate goal for this portfolio and for this series is to get this portfolio to $10,000. And I think given a few more months, we will definitely be there, no problem. But until next one, guys.